Fly side, is there the high drive? Deep center, go, go, go! We're out of here! We're out of here! Say ya, playa!
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood, Caladros, the 3-2, swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A gold pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the matchup we have been waiting for. 3 games of 2 great and 1 blowout have led to this. It's the Belmar Purple Eagles and the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. So we've got an exciting matinee, an exciting nightcap as the Bulldogs in the gold and white prepare for the Purple Eagles, who have won 2 championships in this championship weekend. Now, of course, they're the 4th team in 5 years to have 3 different divisions represented in championship weekend. They are the first of that group since 2019, Haddonfield, to win 2 of those championships. Now, of course, they had 2 championships last year, but those were their only 2 appearances. This year's a little bit different, and now Belmar is taking much more of a dominant tone as they shut out Northern Burlington 33-0 in the 120-pound division game. And now in 160, it's 2 teams that have not faced each other yet this year. And they have both undefeated records. Hopewell Valley is 8-0. Belmar is 8-0. Hopewell Valley and Belmar have combined to allow less than 60 points this season. Hopewell Valley has only allowed 26 points in all 8 games. I mean, that is some 2017 Alabama numbers. It's incredible what we're seeing. And Belmar is right behind them. And that is the tiebreaker that made Belmar the 2 seed, is that Belmar was 229 points for, 41 points against. They are 2 of 3 teams in the 160-pound division that have less than 100 points allowed, the other being Morristown with 52. So it all comes down to this. The grandstands are starting to fill up a little bit here on this brisk and cold Saturday night as the sun starts to set on this autumn landscape here in the last week of November and the last weekend of November. It's the Belmar Purple Eagles and the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs right here on DWB. We're getting ready to bring you some high-flying action here from Paul Six High School as Belmar will look to win their 3rd championship of the day, and Hopewell Valley, in their only representation of this championship weekend, will look to make it rain in their only appearance. Hopewell Valley in the gold and white on the left side of your screen. Belmar on the right side of your screen in the black jerseys, black pants, and purple helmets. We're ready to go from PVI in Haddonfield. This will be kicked by Hopewell Valley and by number 20, that being Landon Rassam. Kick is on the ground. We're back at the 37. The return will be made by number 8, Luis Velasquez. The return goes all the way back to the 47, and that's where Belmar will start this drive on their first offensive suite of the day. Belmar, of course, shut out Lawrence in the 90-pound division. The youngsters down there, 7-0. The first half of today has been so different than the second half of this championship series, as it was 7-0 in game 1. The second game between Pemberton and Lawrence was 0-0 going into the 3rd overtime. As now the handoff to number 1, Jaden Thomas. Gets some mustard on it and gets about 8 yards. He's up to the opposing 45. Yeah, he got a gain of 8 there, and now they're back at the 44. Belmar already making progress on Hopewell. Sending a man in motion. Now here comes another handoff that almost got swallowed up, but he's still on his feet. It'll be a first down with some second effort added onto it. The rush is by Jaden Thomas. And they get it up to the 38 for a gain of 6. First down, Belmar. Of course, the third game ended with a running clock in the entire second half. From the 38-yard line, got the QB in the shotgun. I was going to say that back plate really shouldn't be visible on the quarterback as Thomas in a spin cycle, spinning forward, and he waltzes his way inside the red zone for an easy first down all the way up to the 15. As Jed Owens, with a masterful handoff to Thomas that ends up getting some great yardage. So Belmar with a hot start. Haven't found the end zone yet, but we're still in the first 2 minutes of this one. Thomas again with the heavy load. He's got the carry on his feet. He'll be taken down by Landon Hassam, the place kicker, finding some usage there on the defensive line. And they sweep it out to the right hash at the 15-yard line. Looks like it'll be at the 16, actually. So neutral gain on that play, and it's 2nd and 10. Owens, the quarterback in the shotgun. He's got 2 men to his left and 2 receivers to his right. They send a man in motion, 84. Now they fake it to Thomas. Thomas has room. He's up to the 5. He dives forward into the end zone. Touchdown. The Purple Eagles find the end zone first on a rush. Fakes to Higgins and instead works perfectly to number 1, Jaden Thomas. And in just 2 minutes and 55 seconds, the Purple Eagles are on the board at 6-0. They will go for the PAT attempt on the kick. It'll be sent by Christian Clark, number 44. Can't tell exactly who's holding there, but Christian Clark will be the place kicker for this PAT attempt. It is up. It is through the uprights. It works out perfectly. So Belmar with a little exclamation point on it, and the 2-point kick. Remember, in youth football, there is the 2-point kick in youth football. The roles are reversed. If you do the regular play that normally would be a 2-point conversion, it's worth 1, especially with these kids being younger. But we will take a quick break as Christian Clark bangs it through the uprights on the PAT. 8-0. Purple Eagles. Well, the Purple Eagles, just like the third game of the night and their second versus Northern Burlington, they are picking up where they left off with an early touchdown that puts them up 8-0. Here we go. Sent away by the place kicker, number 28. Hopewell Valley picks it up at the 39. Brooks Ferranti ends up sending that one down, and Hopewell Valley will have their first offensive possession with 7:03 in the first from their own 39. Hopewell Valley, as we said, 8-0 this year, led by head coach Brandon Bibro and assisted by Anthony Colantuano, Jerry Bonco, Chip Payne, Kelly Kriske, Pat Halleck, Roger DeMareski, and Brent Trainer. They fake the handoff, or maybe it didn't work as planned. A sidearm pass is complete to the inner sideline. How about that? A nice pass by the quarterback, number 8, Peyton Azen. The pass was complete to number 38, Chase Gallagher, as the Bulldogs, who, out of all the teams that are represented in this championship, probably have to travel the furthest amount to get to PVI. Hopewell Valley up in Mercer County. Those teams as a part of the WJFL in high school football, but they are a part of the Colonial Valley Conference for all other high school interscholastic sports, the CVC, which consists of basically all teams in Mercer County. That's your Hamilton West, your Steiner, Ewing, and a couple of others as well. A relatively small conference. A pass to the right side, found a lot of traffic, but did not hit his man. It was incomplete, intended for number 18, Anthony Colantuano. Colantuano, that's his name there. So with 6 minutes left in the first, back-to-back passes, one complete and one not, with an 8-0 game in favor of the Purple Eagles. It's quite a cold night here at PVI. If you're joining us from home, be glad that you're joining us from home. It was, when we got here at 9 a.m., it was a brisk 28 degrees. They hand it off to the fullback. He'll go about half the distance of the first down, and he'll set up on 4th and 2. First down marker is at their own 49. And we should note, this cold weather, if it's getting you down, don't worry, because on Thursday, December 5th, we'll be hosting the Dan Wilkins Broadcasting Basketball Selection Show. That's at 5:30 on Thursday the 5th, as we'll be unveiling our 30-plus game basketball schedule for the 2024-25 winter campaign. You won't want to miss it, especially for these kids that are just a couple of years away from high school. Two yards to the first down. They're right in front of us at midfield. QB under center, 3 men in the backfield, and 2 wide receivers. Here comes a pitch way back behind the line of scrimmage, and that was a mistake, as it will be a loss and a turnover on down, stopped by Caden Hatton. And the Belmar Purple Eagles and friends pick up a turnover on downs. They'll be at the 44. I mean, that's a big spark for Belmar. Hopewell was getting somewhere. They were starting to inch that ball across, and especially after a good return on the last kick. They allowed the drive to stall out. I think it was a mistake on 4th and 2 to go with such a bold pitch play. I mean, you're on 4th and 2. You want to move the ball forward. You don't want to move the ball backwards. Getting wrestled to the ground is Jaden Thomas. Tackle made by number 38, Chase Gallagher.
This will be about 2nd and 7.
They got a gain of 3 on that drive, on that play, excuse me, as we're past the halfway point of the first quarter. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. These kids are just a year or 2 away, maybe 2 or 3 years away from getting their driving permit. So choose Harper Driving School, because over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on the first attempt. They rush on this attempt. They get it to Thomas. The whistles finally fly at the 40, and I believe that'll be a gain of 1 for the Purple Eagles. But to book an appointment with Harper Driving School, visit Suite E of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman, right off of Lambs Road. Third and mid-range for the Purple Eagles. They send a man in motion. Owens drops back. The pocket collapses. He works out of it, but he's shoved to the ground at midfield. And Owens gets sacked, and what was 3rd and 5 turns into 4th and long after what is going to be a 10-yard sack against Owens.
Midfield, so long here, Belmar, they're electing for the punt option.
They will go for the punt option here. What's interesting what is interesting about the WJYFL compared to the other leagues that we've covered, obviously the punt option is a thing pretty much in all youth football leagues, but in the other leagues that we've worked with, they only do the punt option in the lower levels and in the younger divisions. I mean, these guys are 13, 14 years old and they're still not doing the real special teams thing. Whether I agree with that or not is a moot point, but they're keeping the offense on the field. 4th and 15 after a 10-yard sack against the quarterback, Jed Owens. They send a man in motion, that being Graham. He might look for Graham. He will look long. He's going to look a long way, and a can of corn is caught at the 30-yard line. Caught by number 24, Michael DeLuca. And Belmar picks up a big first down. He was all alone. Michael DeLuca finds space on the far sideline. So 4th and 15, they go for the gamble, and it's successful. Time is called with 1:20 left on the clock. Actually, the clock stopped with 1:18 left. We're going to go to a quick break here on DWB as Michael DeLuca catches a quick pass to the right side to get them within the 30. In motion, that being Graham. He might look for Graham. He will look long. He's going to look a long way, and a can of corn is caught at the 30-yard line. Hopewell Valley down 8-0 to Belmar and the Purple Eagles. Some quick shifts on the offensive and defensive lines before the snap, and we have flags before the snap, which disrupt the play.
Remain first down.
Let's see where this penalty goes. Looks like they're walking it back, so this will be, I believe, a false start on Belmar. Goes to the 35. 1st and 15 now. Minute 18 left in the first quarter. It's hard to believe this is already the 4th game of the day, the final game of the day.
Belmar breaking out of out.
What do they like to say? Time flies when you're having fun. We're having fun here on DWB. As Belmar off to an early lead as Owens from the shotgun looks for the flat, and that pocket collapses right away. A host of Bulldogs all over that one, and half sacks distributed like candy. It'll be a 2nd and long. Number 25.
49-yard line.
Excuse me, just looking at the roster, it's not organized by number. I know 43 was in on that one as well, Colton Payne. So that will now set up 2nd and 29. You know, we saw earlier this year Florence and Cinnaminson. Florence, in their quest for a first down, had back-to-back sacks, ended up punting on 3rd and 35. Jaden Thomas gets some air on it. Still well short of a first. He's at the 42-yard line. First down marker is at the 20-yard line. They still have 21 yards to go after a gain of 8 on that last rush by Thomas. We've got a shoe tying on the sideline. I mean, these guys are what, 13, 14? Yeah. I was going to say. Maybe it's the shoulder pads. Maybe it's difficult to bend down and tie your own shoe. Handoff to the left side. Diving forward, still well short of a first, and the whistles fly at the 35. Tackle made by number 20, Landon Rassam. And at the end of the first frame for Paul Six High School, our fourth and final matchup of the WJFL Championship, WJYFL Championships here. It's Belmar 8, Hopewell Valley 0. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Returning to you live from Paul Six High School, it's Dan Wilkins on the call, Vincent Vogt on the production. And off to the left on fourth down by Ben Ellis. Does not work. And we will have a turnover on down. So Hopewell Valley takes over. They'll still be solidly in their own territory, but certainly better than what it was. As Belmar kind of was doomed from the start because they were backed up to, they were backed all the way up to I think it was 3rd and 29. That is never easy. First and 10, Hopewell Valley, starting out at the 30. Here comes a deep pass, complete on a lollipop throw for 19 yards. How about that? A great pass from the right arm of number 8, Peyton Azen. Couldn't tell who came down with it, but it doesn't matter because Hopewell Valley just got another first down, and they are going with the big guns here to start the second quarter. First and 10. Azen drops back. He's hit as he throws. It is complete. He somehow catches the pass in traffic, and Hopewell gets up to the 41, a gain of 9. A gain of 9, and actually a gain of 10 because it was enough for a Hopewell first down. Like we said, both of these teams 8-0 going into the contest. Haven't faced each other in the regular season, and now having a chance to, kind of prove who's boss. Belmar got the first laugh, but who will get the last one? And off with the middle. A flag did come in on the near sideline towards Belmar. Looks like they're going to call false start. Like we said, it's been interesting how it's been called a couple of times tonight where usually in high school football, as soon as the false start is detected, they blow the whistle and call the play dead. But they usually don't do that on something like an illegal shift. So interesting how it's kind of a more subtle difference between youth and high school football has been noticed tonight. Hopewell Valley getting back into the huddle on 1st and 15 after a false start. Dropping back, QB in trouble. Another completion. But he's only going to get a yard or two. He's at the 44.
Up a yard. Net bank. Came out of the backfield, but 3 and 14.
So like we said, a gain of 1. Just a giant matchup between two beasts of a team. This one is deep. One hand didn't get it. Almost brought in by number 28, Brooks Ferranti. And we do have more flags on the play. A lot of flags. We've had more flags than the United Nations. And, oh.
Not easy to read. It's down right.
3rd and 14 now. Pass over the middle, incomplete. This will bring up 4th and 14.
With the conviction, we're going to go with 4th down.
Fourth and 14, Hopewell Valley staying on the field. They are at the opposing 45, but they've got a long way to go. Let's see what they've got here. They've passed the ball a lot tonight, and pass got dumped off to the right side, bobbled in the air, and a turnover on downs gives Belmar the ball in nice field position at their own 45. So Belmar will meet again, and they'll break from the huddle at their own 45 after Hopewell got backed up with a couple of penalties. And now it is 1st and 10 for the Purple Eagles from the 45, from their own 45. Handoff to 22, Mike Graham. Getting about 6-7 yards on that one, on the handoff from Owens. And Belmar will inch across the 50. We've got flags on the carry. Thomas gets up to the 36 as he scampered out to the right, but an offensive hold will walk this play back. Like we said, this first half, we've seen more flags than the United Nations. I mean, it's been incredible. We didn't see that many in the first few games, but once these guys start getting more physical, you know, the great thing about covering youth football all throughout a day is you are seeing the evolution of a football player right then and there. You are seeing the 8-year-olds who barely know how to hold the ball in their hand versus these guys that, I mean, this might as well be AAA for a high school team, you know? Like, that's the way I see it. We are watching throughout the course of the day. These kids are growing. The generational bonds are growing. And you are seeing generations of players break through and break free. And on 2nd down and 13, a late flag comes in from the back. So hold on here. The rush by Thomas gets them to the 34, but a flag came in. The sideline warning will go against Hopewell. So in addition to first of all, the first down is good. The first down stands, but there is a sideline warning against Hopewell Valley. Thomas did take some time to get back up to his feet, so they stopped the clock 4 minutes and 20 seconds in the half. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey. Along with that, toys, cages, accessories, and much, much more. Visit 7 days a week at 226 South White Horse Pike in Audubon. Belmar breaks from the huddle. Let me restart that. They got 1st and 10. They are at the 33-yard line.
First down.
Sending a man in motion. Owens pitches it back to number 14. I believe that's number 14, Ricardo Rodriguez Jr. So they get a gain of 5. They're at the 27 now, or 28 now. As we said, Belmar appearing in their 3rd championship today. They started off the day with a 7-0 win over Lawrence, and then they shut out handily against Northern Burlington, 33-0 to win their 2nd title of the day. They may be going back to Belmar with as many as 3 trophies over on Creek Road. As, hold on here, he barrels through. Mike DeLuca picks up a 1st down.
For another Bellmawr first down.
3 minutes now in the half, as Belmar will be solidly inside the red zone. They're at the 17.
Ball.
Again, sending another man in motion. They fake the pitch, and that will be wrestled down in the backfield on the carry by number 22, Mike Graham. So a loss of 3. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone at the 20. I think if you're Belmar here, you're up by 1 score, but I honestly thought maybe a little bit biased going off of the momentum of the 125 game. You know, I'm thinking, oh, Belmar's going to score again, and they're going to score again and again and again. Well, that hasn't happened. Hopewell has stood up on defense. Let's see if that momentum can hold. Some quick changes on the defensive side for Hopewell as a pass is incomplete. Intended for DeLuca, instead broken up by Hopewell's number 16. I think we have a number 16 on the roster. Somebody out there. I'm sorry, that is number 18. Who I don't know if we also have that. We have a couple, I should say just in advance, we have on the Hopewell side several numbers missing. 16, 18. We have a few of the key guys like Chase Gallagher. Breaking forward. Finally taken down at the 10. Not enough for a 1st down, but there's penalty markers on the 15. We do have penalty markers on the 15. Helmet-to-helmet contact on Belmar. First time we've seen that penalty today. So what was a very good run by, looks like Thomas. Actually, no, Thomas is still on the sideline. He's stretching out after an injury earlier in the quarter, so they handed it off that time to Ricardo Rodriguez Jr. 101 seconds remaining in the first half. It is Belmar 8, Hopewell 0. Here in the 160-pound championship. The WJYFL has treated us very well this weekend. For Belmar, these guys might have to travel 5 minutes or less to get back home. Hopewell will have to travel about 45 minutes to get back home, regardless of outcome tonight. So if you're Hopewell, you're like, well, we already traveled here. We might as well make this game worth it. And that's exactly what the mindset, I believe, is right now. As after the helmet-to-helmet contact, we are setting up on 3rd and 25. First down markers at the 6. Actually, it's 3rd and 24 from the 29-yard line. Oh, he's in trouble. He is in deep trouble, but now he airs it out. Can't find anyone. And the pass is incomplete. The closest man to him was Christian Clark and maybe also DeLuca. So Belmar is at 3rd and long, but here's the problem. The ball is at the 29. You cannot use your punt option inside the 30. So you're kind of having an odd conundrum here, where if you're Belmar, the folks didn't give us last names for the coaches, but they just put Evan, Mike, Alex, Rich, and Mark. If you're the coaches here, it's an odd situation because your hand is very much forced in this situation. Setting a man in motion. It is 4th and a country mile. The pass is caught by Graham. Can the Graham Cracker get past the defense? It will not be enough. It's about 15 yards short. 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the second half, in the second quarter, rather. Belmar leads 8-0 over Hopewell Valley. Very early touchdown by the Purple Eagles, got them set up. Hopewell Valley trails by 8. They've got 1 minute and 8 to find the end zone. It goes straight over his head. The ball is still live. They're inside the 5-yard line. He dives forward. Big hit at the 15. Mike Graham. And the whistles fly as I think Hopewell calls a timeout. Flag comes in. Penalty against Hopewell.
No.
They were already at the, after the ball went straight over their quarterback's head, Peyton Azen, they were all the way back at the 5. I'm not sure what the penalty was, but with 49 seconds left, this again makes a precarious situation for Hopewell Valley. The ball is spotted at the 10-yard line. Never an easy task in this situation.
Come on now for Hopewell.
QB dropping back. This one's caught. To the right side. Not going to get much on that one.
That's the stop for Belmar.
And a timeout is called by Belmar. They call a timeout with 29 seconds left. 8-0 in favor of the Purple Eagles. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Paul Sixth High School here in Haddonfield. A nearby team and a not so nearby one, the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs and the Belmar Purple Eagles, facing off in the final of these 4 championship games we have before us here at PVI. We started out Started here at 9 a.m. First game was at 10 sharp, and well, we've been about a half hour behind schedule for the second half because of that 115-pound game that went to triple overtime, an unprecedented triple overtime. Another high snap. This time he hangs on to it. Sidearm pass is picked off. Interception made by Belmar. That is number 28, Brooks Ferranti. And an interception by Belmar turns this final minute of the half on its head. So Belmar now has the ball from the 22-yard line. They are in the red zone, right on the edge of it at the 20. And before that, time is called by Hopewell Valley. We are going to take one more quick break as it's the Purple Eagles 8 and the Bulldogs 0. Onto its sidearm pass is picked off. Interception made by we are at the very end of the half. Wow. He is fired up. How about, did you see that? He just got the timeout off before the snap. He was livid. He threw his hat in the air or something. Wow. That, I was very surprised by that. Stands are starting to fill up here at PVI. We'll stay on the air. As we said, don't forget on Thursday, December 5th. I don't have that many other games to promote right now. We're kind of like solidly in the off season unless we get some sort of, freelance one-off. But Thursday, December 5th, the DWB Basketball Selection Show, 5:30 p.m. on Thursday the 5th. Temperature has dropped to 34 outside. .22 seconds left. Hopewell called another timeout. They don't have any remaining, and we've got more whistles before the snap. Encroachment on the defense. That helps Belmar's case.
Pick up 5 yards, give it.
After that, now 15 seconds remain in the half. Belmar moves up 5 yards, 1st and 5 from the 15. Goes out to Thomas on the right side. Breaking through, diving forward around the 10-yard line. Belmar has 2 timeouts remaining. I believe they do call one of them. Belmar did call a timeout. All right, so make that one more break. 8 seconds left. Belmar is at, I think, 1st down from the 10. Looks like it. We'll be right back. They do drop the sticks. First and goal. Belmar has one timeout remaining. They burned their second to last. And they have 8 seconds to traverse 30 feet and 10 yards and find the end zone. Here comes an air ball. Incomplete. A flag comes in super late. Don't tell me you call pass interference 5 seconds after the play is over. That wasn't that was not pass interference.
Well, certainly pass interference.
Are they calling pass interference? Sorry that our cameras kind of junked up that shot a little bit.
With 3 seconds remaining. In the half, puts the ball at the 5 for Belmar. First down, first and goal.
Belmar does call their last timeout with 3 seconds left. I was going to say, I mean, I know our cameras kind of messed up that shot a little bit just because of how small the window is here, but I'm just going to see if our cameras got it. From the limited view that I got, I do not see pass interference at all.
Here we go, first and goal from the 5, 3 seconds.
They moved it up half the distance to the goal, so they called it somehow, some way. Ball gets out! Ball gets out at the end of the half!
Handle in the backfield, that is the end of the first half.
Hopewell picked it up, but it didn't matter. So Belmar is denied the end zone at the end of the half, and after 2, it is the Purple Eagles 8 and the Bulldogs 0. Here in the final championship game of this weekend's activities. It is a brisk night, but for a beautiful Saturday, we've got wonderful football. We'll be right back in just a few moments.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
The Belmar Purple Eagles at the halftime break lead the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs 8-0. The score first happened in the first 4 minutes of the game, and now things have really stalled out for these 160-pound crew.
We're underway in the third quarter.
Kick goes away to the 30.
Fine.
Hopewell Valley barging forward to the 45.
44. Hold on, we got to start out first and 10 for their own 40.
The return works out pretty well for number 3, Ben Kriske. And the Bulldogs, down by 1 possession, will start their drive in very nice position from the 45. But you know what? In youth football, there's no guarantee of a good field position to start a drive. These guys are, you know, they've had drives stall out. You could return it all the way into the red zone, and there's no guarantee you score because there's really no such thing as field goals. You know, I think I've done at least 50-plus youth football games in my 3 years of working with WJYFL, and I think I saw 1 field goal. That might have been it. Oh, here comes a breakaway on the first play of the half. He's wrestled down at the 42 for a first down with some second effort. A gain of 13 brought back for a full start.
Oh, we have a flag on play.
A full start brings this one back. See, that's the thing, is that we've seen this difference between youth football and high school to where when there's a false start called, usually they blow the play dead. They blow the whistles and the play is marked dead before you can really get your hopes up. So that'll knock them back. Instead of a first down on the opposite 42, it is a 1st and 15 on their own 38. If you're just joining us, we are very early on in the first drive of this third quarter. First and 15 for the Bulldogs. They're at their own 39. So the Bulldogs had some hope in them, but it's struck away by that false start penalty. Here comes a handoff over the middle, immediately getting squashed at the line of scrimmage. And they got absolutely nothing there. 2nd and 14 now after a 1-yard gain. That was it. That's all she wrote. Hopewell Valley breaking from the huddle.
Second and long, Bulldogs.
And off up the middle. Again, finding some space and getting about 3 yards, but that's not going to be enough at that pace to make it down.
Bring up 3rd and long. Play 3rd and 11.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 11 after this play. They're at the 43. I mean, Hopewell's got work to do, but not as much as the Northern Burlington guys did in the third game of the night. You know, that was 25-0 at the half, and these guys were running the clock for the entire second half. So things can switch around. So they're at the 43. 3rd and 11. First down marker is all the way across at the 45. A great jump on the snap. Now he's in trouble. He airs it out long, and it's incomplete. The pass is incomplete after a lollipop throw after a collapsing pocket. Falls well short, and it would have been short of a first down anyway if he didn't have any second efforts there. But it's 4th and 11. Hopewell Valley will opt for the punt option, and they'll bring the defense on the field with a 25-yard change of possession. We do have
Belmar will start 10 from their own 40-yard line.
something's dancing in the wind over there. I don't know if that's a piece of plastic or what, but it's some sort of, I think it's a piece of trash or something that's floating along the 30-yard line, but it's glimmering in the turf. The rush by Graham gets, or rather by DeLuca, ends up getting stopped well short. Again, Hopewell Valley, they're fired up. Brandon Bibro, he is fired up. He wants his team to succeed. These guys are 8-0. This is the culmination. This is the accumulation of an entire season's worth of effort, all coming to a head right here against another team that has not lost. One of these teams will lose for the first time in a long time. As it is 2nd and 9, 1-yard gain there by DeLuca. He's got a first down and then some. He's up to the 44. And they do move those chains indeed. First down, Purple Eagles. I mean, if these guys are able to keep this momentum up, and if Belmar makes this a 2-possession game, then I think if you're Hopewell Valley, you've got to bring out the big guns in the 4th quarter. You've got to bring them out in your next offensive possession. You've seen that the pass can work well. They attempt the pass plenty of times, but sometimes you got to keep the defense on their toes, and right now I think Belmar's got their number. Diving forward, a big spin that gets about 7 yards as Thomas, who exited the game in the 1st quarter, has re-entered here after the break. Seen some carries by I guess you could say the reserve crew of. I mean, that's the thing, is that these guys have so many rushing attacks that they can go off of. They can go off of, Jaden Thomas. They can go off of Luis Velasquez, Ricardo Rodriguez, Mike DeLuca, Mike Graham. I mean, these guys are very versatile in what they can do. And they do hand it off to Graham this time, immediately getting swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a yard. And it is 3rd and 3. They got 1 yard. They're at the 37. Saw some movement there, and now being wrestled down. Thomas on the carry. It looks like it was short, as a round of applause from the visiting section. It's 4th and 1. I mean, Belmar's been very proactive on offense. The statistics and the trends would be in their favor to say, yeah, go ahead and go for it on 4th down. The trend of this entire championship weekend has been, you go for it if you're within 4th and 5, and you don't really have much of a realistic shot of resuming your drive. Sending a man in motion with Owens in the shotgun on 4th and 1. Here comes the handoff up the middle. That'll be a first down for Thomas. They get it to the 30. Bringing some punch to that offensive line as Thomas is able to get that ball across. And it will be another new set of downs for the Purple Eagles as they're up by 8, more than midway through the 3rd quarter. Eight 8-0 Purple Eagles. They send a man in motion. They send 2 men in motion. It's DeLuca. He's back behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, he tripped himself up. He tripped himself up way behind the line of scrimmage. That might be a loss of 5 or 6.
Seconds and long for Belmar.
If you're just joining us, we've got 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Belmar leads the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs 8-0. They scored in the first 4 minutes of the game and haven't scored since. Dropping back, pass is caught on a can of corn to Clark. He dives forward for minimal gain, but a small dent in a large crater, and it'll be third down and still very long. Third down in Burlington County for Belmar. Yeah, they got maybe 2 yards on that. So, first down markers up at the 19. These guys are right now, again, after a 2-yard gain at 3rd and 18. Got a long way to go, but a 2-yard gain by Clark is able to start chiseling away at that. Hopewell Valley moving their defense to match the man in motion. They send a second man in motion. They fake the pitch. Now they hand it off. He's got some room. Mike Graham gets within 10. Mike Graham will dive forward, and what was 3rd and 18 now becomes very manageable on 4th down for Belmar. I mean, they've just been getting lucky break after lucky break. This game really should probably be a lot closer than it is, and you can't get closer to the one-possession game. And the reason why I say that is that they've had so many drives where, look, 3rd and 18. What do? They get 16 yards for crying out loud. Belmar is finding some dark magic here at PVI, and they are using it to perfection. As we'll see if the pixie dust lasts in the final 30 seconds of the third quarter and beyond in the final frame of this championship weekend here in the WJYFL. 4th and short. It's going to be short. It's going to be short by a yard on the carry by Thomas. It falls short, and what was a magical drive turns out to be a lump of coal as it falls short, about a yard short of the first down marker, as Belmar got 16 yards to get so close to the first down, but they were not able to pull it off. And Hopewell Valley and the Bulldogs have 19 seconds here in the third. I imagine they'll get one play off before the end of the quarter. Come on for a pass! 19 seconds remain. 2 receivers to the quarterback's right. It is not a pass. We heard it loud and clear. Somebody at the grandstand said they're going for a pass. They did not, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. As the clock runs down, Hopewell Valley trails by 8 points, but it is still anybody's game. Belmar's been in front, but they've been hanging on by the skin of their teeth. A turnover on downs brings us to the end of the quarter. Hopewell Valley will be at 2nd and 8 when we return. Welcome to the home of the Eagles. Of course, on Friday nights and the occasional Wednesday Thanksgiving Eve, it's the home of the Pulse Eagles. But this weekend, right now, it seems like it's the home of the Belmar Purple Eagles. These guys, it almost feels like a Belmar home game. I mean, it doesn't really feel that neutral at all. Belmar is 5 minutes down the road, and Hopewell Valley's 45 minutes away. So, like I said, this weekend has felt a lot like a Belmar home game like you'd see on a normal Saturday. But they flipped the fields, and at the start of the fourth quarter, it's 2nd and 8 from the Belmar 23, or rather in the Hopewell 23 in their own territory. Handoff gets a handful of yards, maybe 2 or 3. Again, they just can't really win the game at this pace. They've got to find a breakaway somewhere, find a flaw, find something in that Belmar defense that they can take advantage of, because the formula right now isn't producing the same batter. It's not producing the same results that you want. They passed the ball a lot in the first half. They didn't score. Now they've been running the ball a lot in the second half, and it didn't work out either. So they've got 9.5 minutes to traverse the field, and if they don't score on this drive, prevent Belmar from scoring a second time. Because in my humble opinion, if Belmar scores a second time, then it's not going to be good. The pocket collapsed. Who got it? I think Belmar might have got it. No. Hopewell got it.
Flag on the play.
We have a flag, but the first concern is who caught the ball. Looked like Chase Gallagher was in on that, and a host of Belmar players were all over. An ineligible man downfield for Hopewell. So it turns out it didn't matter who ended up catching that ball, because it'll not come back further anyway. You know, next year we're going to be making some investments into putting microphones on the field. Sometimes in these stadiums, when you can really hear a pin drop and it gets really quiet. I mean, you just heard there a conversation between the coach and the referee. He said, I appreciate that. And makes me think we might not need on-field mics after all. But very proud of what our crew is doing this year as we close out the football season. I know we said we're going to close out the football season on Thursday, but you know what? The opportunity presented itself, and now we found a way to keep the football season alive for another 8 or 9 hours. Handoff on 3rd and long, diving forward, got bodies flying everywhere, including Belmar's number 57, Braden Hagan.
Trust me, there is no heat in this press box.
Go. Next meeting.
Looks like a punt option. Punt option again. So, look, it knocks him back 25 yards, and now the situation presents itself for Belmar to ice this game. And you say, well, Dan, there's 8 minutes, 7 minutes left in the game. This wouldn't be icing the game. Remember the pace of play that we've had here. We've had some drives that have gone for 5 or 6 minutes at a time. You don't know if the drive that could win the game could be right now. I wouldn't say that in the second quarter, but I'd certainly start saying it now. Because if Belmar gets a touchdown, then you would certainly be hard-pressed to tell Hopewell that they are favored here. I mean, Hopewell has had a lot of great opportunities. They've had a lot of great plays. But Jed Owens, the QB, hands it off, and it immediately gets crushed in the backfield on the carry by Thomas, who has been in and out of the game with some sort of ailment tonight. It is a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12 from the 47. First down markers up at the 35 after the 25-yard punt option. But yeah, I'm intrigued by the fact that this league runs a system where all 4 levels, including the kids that are going to be punting in high school when they play. I mean, some of these guys are in 7th and 8th grade. Most of these guys are in 7th and 8th grade. In my personal opinion, I think that they should eliminate the punt option, because you're going to be punting in high school. You don't have that punt option once you get to 9th grade. The rush gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but he's got a man still on his feet. He's carrying a Hopewell player on his back. Oh, my goodness! Oh, my gosh!
play out here from Belmar offense, 14 UT.
That was incredible.
37.
That he carried he carried that Hopewell defender on his back like a horse on the merry-go-round. I mean, I think his feet left the ground. Like we're in like a mud run or something. Yeah, his feet left the ground. And it's not even for a first down. It's 3rd and 2. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Here we go. Ball gets fumbled. Owens on his feet. And now the whistles fly. Maybe his knee was down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have just ended the keys upstairs in the press box.
I got my keys. Hope I do. So Owens was a little bit confused there, but looks like his knee was down.
Don Deere deal in here.
4th and 6. Hopewell Valley is standing. You can hear them from the press box.
Now for Belmar.
Folks are going crazy over there because they want to stop Belmar. It's 4th and 6. The loss in the last play by Owens certainly helped. Does their magic run out? Yes, it will. He does not stay on his feet. He's stopped for neutral gain. And with 4:52 remaining, Hopewell has reopened the door. If not ever so slightly, the Bulldogs are still in this one. 8-0. 4:52 in the ballgame. Let's take a look at that replay from earlier with the defender being carried on his back. He's carrying a Hopewell player on his back. Oh my goodness! I don't know if I've ever seen that before. To be quite honest with you. He's a handoff. Back at the line of scrimmage. Some shoving at the end of the play. Well, Hopewell could score, but you know what? There's two parts to this equation. Hopewell can score, but they have to kick the PAT to get the 2 points that they need to tie the game. It is not guaranteed. It will be the first game today in which both teams scored, believe it or not. Rush out to the right, gets past the line of scrimmage. It will be enough for a first down by about a yard there at the 47. 4 minutes. Now we hit the 4-minute mark.
Coming inside the 4-minute mark now. We have less than 4 minutes remaining.
Belmar 8, Hopewell 0. A first quarter touchdown has been the only score of the game, just like in the 90-pound game from this morning. Belmar has been a force on defense, but that momentum seems to have started to shift the other way in favor of the Bulldogs. Now can they do it on offense? The QB has the ball. He takes it himself for a gain of 8. Actually, this might be more than 8. Is this enough for a first down? Yes, it is. He got 10 yards. Talk about efficient right there. That is incredibly efficient. First down, Hopewell. They barely got 10 yards as the quarterback, Peyton Azen, was barely able to get across. It was a direct snap right to him under center. The seas parted like they will in about a month, and he was able to get it. Another handoff. This time, not the same effect.
No.
I think now they're starting to bring the house down a little bit. 2:45 and counting now. Hopewell Valley breaks from the huddle. 2:30 in the fourth. Belmar looking to defend the end zone and defend the red zone. They're at the 34. on 2nd and 7. That gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now they're on 3rd down. I mean, right now, Hopewell, this is do or die for the Bulldogs. And finally, the clock stops for a Hopewell Valley timeout. We'll be right back. 2 minutes and 7 seconds remain as it is the the Purple Eagles 8 and the Bulldogs 0. They retake the field after the timeout. First charged against Hopewell tonight. 3rd and 7 from the 32. He drops back. Azen drops back, and it's incomplete to the right side. Intended for number 25. Jackson Burns, the intended receiver. Now it's do or die, especially because they used their first timeout. If they didn't use their first timeout, I'd feel a little better about Hopewell. But because of that now, with 2 minutes left, I mean, this is basically a 2-minute warning right here. Feels like we're on NFL Sunday, but listen to this crowd. Fourth and 7. The grandstands are shaking. The press box is shaking, stomping their feet at their home away from home as they look to deny Hopewell a championship. Hopewell looking to disrupt the noise. It comes out, it's incomplete. But hold on. I think we've got a flag coming in. That will be a way to disrupt the noise, but where is the flag? Sounds like it's against Hopewell because they will decline the penalty, and Belmar has the ball.
3 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Belmar has an 8-0 lead, a lead that they took in the first quarter and did not relinquish. Hopewell with 2 timeouts after an incompletion falls short. Handoff up the middle, a first down to ice the game. They've got it, and it's going to go to the 45. A gain of 13 moves the sticks. And Hopewell does call their second timeout.
Remaining in the 4th quarter.
We'll be right back. $1:42 left in the 4th quarter. It's Belmar 8, Hopewell 0. Second timeout called by Hopewell Valley. Another handoff does not go anywhere, and Hopewell Valley calls their second timeout. So where we're at right now, let's bring the atmosphere down and let's discuss a little bit. 1:34 on the clock. Assume you have 40 seconds in the play clock. they will run that on first down. I mean, it's over. If it was third down, I'd say, yeah, run one more play. But it's 2nd and 9. The next play will run off 40 seconds. That will bring you to 54 seconds on third down. And theoretically, they could do the punt option with 1 second left. It will be 14 seconds left after that. Factoring in everything with the play clock, theoretically, where we're at right now, Hopewell, if they do not get a first down and they run off all the possible time and they do the punt option, that would bring them to 14 seconds on the clock. But Mike Graham is going to look to end the game right here. He gets around him, but not too far. Out on the far sideline. Wait, no, the clock is stopped because he went out of bounds. Wow. I mean, they tell you in that 2-minute drill to stay inside the tackles. I mean, Hopewell just got a free timeout right there because we were talking about if they run off the clock for 80 seconds, you have 14 seconds left. But because Graham ran out of bounds, now the clock stopped at 1:25. Wow. You could hear it from Coach Bibro on the sideline one more time to his Bulldogs. Some major defensive shifts, some late personnel changes. As Belmar basically just gave Hopewell Valley a free timeout. They're going to look to make up for that, though, on 3rd and 9. Owens drops back to pass. It is trapped, incomplete. It is incomplete. Graham did not get it. I can't believe what I'm watching right now. Because I mean, this is just, it's an accidental exercise in bad clock management. Yeah, you're right, Vince. This is kind of a Matt Eberflus moment right here. Because they will do the punt option. So that'll run off about 10 seconds. But, I mean, on 2nd down, you heard what I was saying. I was saying you run off 40 seconds each play. Hopewell Valley's getting 14 seconds. Well, now they have 1:09. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And they're at the 40. I wouldn't put it past them. Something feels different in the air tonight. I don't know what it is. It just feels a little different.
Parking lot, we are just
1 minute and 9 seconds. There probably should be 15 seconds on this clock. But if you missed it, Belmar ran all the way out to the sideline, stepped out of bounds, and an incompletion intended for Graham stopped the clock with a minute and 19. They ran off 10 seconds for the punt option. They reverse. He got smacked in the face. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Now they got to get back to it. The stop was made by Mike Graham, who's been a prominent figure all night. As they're going to go into, I don't know why they're going into a huddle offense here. You don't have time to huddle. If you've got to scream your commands, you've got to do it. I mean, this is what they practice for. A handoff again, trying to weave through the traffic. He is wrestled, but he stays on his feet. He has to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he will scamper out of bounds. He is hit late. Hopewell is begging for a flag, and they don't get it. I mean, he was pushed out of bounds after I think that should have been a flag. I mean, he was pushed out of bounds after he stepped out.
Third down here. Walking again, we do have the BMW blocking someone in the rear parking lot. Needs to be moved immediately, or it will be moved for you.
They're talking about a BMW in the parking lot. I'd imagine it might be one of these fans that does not want to leave until the final whistle blows. 28 seconds left. 3rd and 6. They got 4 yards, and for Hopewell, the silver lining is that they stepped out of bounds.
8 seconds on the board.
Pass to the right side. Incomplete. Fourth down. I mean, Belmar, they shouldn't even be in this situation. Now, this game should be over. This game should be over right now. Oh, did they call a false start on him? A flag did come in. It is a false start charged against Hopewell.
From outside the 6. The ball remains third down. Even from outside the 6 by a bounding bar. So 3rd and 11 here for Hopewell from their own 38-yard line.
Belmar came into this game with 3 representatives in the championship. The 90s, the 115s, the 120s, and the 160s. There is a chance on 3rd and 9 rather, that they could go home with 3 trophies hanging in that Belmar office. The home of the Purple Eagles. Drop it back. Pass is a home run ball to the right side. It is incomplete. Incomplete. 4th down. Yeah, the clock only went 2 seconds. Wasn't there 22 seconds on that last play? It should be 16. So, in addition to Hopewell basically getting a free possession by accident, now they've got another 4 seconds for free. You can see it in the camera a little bit. It's shaking up here. I mean, this is incredible. A championship on the line. Months of work have gone into this moment. Pass. And victory. Belmar's going to win the 160-pound championship. A handful of passes fall short. And Belmar at their home away from home, as we do have a flag. Defensive pass interference. But is it enough for... I think it should be an automatic 1st down, right? I don't know if the youth rules are different.
See where they're going to put this ball.
Defensive pass interference after the coach already got the ice shower. He already got the ice bath. Belmar calls a timeout. Maybe, I mean, this game is not over. These guys got a premature ice bath. I mean, it makes sense when you're up 33. Wow. Well, now they've got a... So Belmar called a timeout. Now, look at all the ice that's on the field. We had the same problem during the Northern Burlington game. But now, at least in that scenario, you can be confident in giving your coach an ice shower because you're up by 33. Now you're up by 1 score. Hopewell gets a new 1st down because of defensive pass interference. I have never seen this before. I mean, Hopewell is getting... Hopewell, they shouldn't be called the Bulldogs. They should be called the Cats because they've got 9 lives. 13 seconds, a new set of downs and no timeouts from midfield. Line drive pass is caught. They've got to shoot for the sidelines. They will shoot for the sidelines, and he will get out with 3 seconds left at the 25. 2 seconds left. 2 seconds left. I mean, last year's championship in this division ended in a Gloucester City win in overtime over Northern Burlington, 22-16. It just so happens to be, for the WJYFL viewers at home, when we show up, crazy stuff happens. Maybe they should hire us next year. Maybe we'll have another triple overtime game. Maybe we will. 2 seconds remain. This is a legacy-defining moment for the folks of Mercer County, of Hopewell Valley, looking to disrupt what would be a perfect championship run for 3 of Belmar's organizations, and they look to spoil the party for the folks in the visiting grandstand. Hold on here. They put 4 seconds on the clock. I was confused by what was happening. For a second, they put 30 seconds on the clock. I'm like, that's not right. 3 seconds, Vince. 3. Oh, my goodness. It wouldn't be a DWB football broadcast to close out the season without a little bit of drama. They are 29 yards away. Pass is deflected. He got hit as he throws. And after a multitude of drama, after a heap of unbelievable circumstances, the Bellmawr Purple Eagles have swept the WJYFL championships in 3 divisions.
And 24, TU, West Jersey Youth Football League
Eagles win 0. Oh my goodness. The Bellmawr Purple Eagles came into this game with 3 championship contending teams, and they will leave with 3 very large, very golden trophies, headed 5 minutes down Creek Road to Belmar. Are you kidding me? What a night this was. I mean, Hopewell played their butts off. I honestly think, though, that Belmar got out. They are lucky to have escaped that game. I mean, that was incredible. Wow.
That's going to do it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. I got to go.
Wow. What a night. I mean, I'm still catching my breath a little bit. I mean, that game should have been over 10 minutes ago. First of all, on 2nd down and 9, Belmar runs all the way out on a jet sweep, and they stop the clock because he stepped out of bounds. And then the second time, on 3rd down, it's an incompletion. Or, I'm sorry, on 4th down, it's an incompletion. So, I'm sorry, yes, 3rd down incompletion, 4th down punt option. So, instead of Hopewell with 0 timeouts getting 14 seconds left as they would have, they got 1 minute and 9 on the clock. And then after that, well, the game was over. And then, nope, defensive pass interference call. I have never seen a team get so many lucky breaks and still lose. I mean, Hopewell, like I said, they played their rears off tonight. Belmar and Hopewell both coming into this game 8-0. Just an incredible undefeated season for both of these teams. And for it to all culminate in this is an incredible thing. It's an incredible thing for the game of football. But just so many things could have gone the other way for Hopewell. They can't hold their heads low on this. I know that there's some kids that will be going to the high school football level and playing for the Bulldogs over in the WJFL. There will be some kids for Belmar that'll be moving to PVI, Audubon, Haddon Heights in the next couple of years. So this is just the beginning for those guys. And obviously the premature Gatorade shower was pretty funny, but it's been a great night. Obviously, 3 of the 4 games were 1-score games. The 90-pound game, Belmar won 7-0. And then the second game went to triple overtime, 0-0. And then Pemberton scored. Lawrence got snuffed out, and the Hornets won the championship. And then Belmar, the only anticlimactic game of the day was Northern Burlington and I keep saying Oakland and Belmar, where it was 33-0. I mean, we had a running clock for the entire second half. And maybe that was due after the triple overtime game that ensued before it. So tonight was an incredible night, considering the last time we did WJFL championships 3 years ago. It ended in a lot more anticlimactic fashion. Belmar will hoist the trophy, and they will hoist 3 of them in their offices, and they'll bring it back to town here on this very chilly 32 degrees Saturday night. From our entire crew, our social media coordinators, Brandon the Kegerland, Keely Curran, and Anthony DePalma, Our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Liam Nolan. My producers, I should say, we had David Cohen for the first 2 games, Donna Wilkins for the 3rd game, and Vincent Folks for the 4th. I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you on Thursday, back from indoors at the Dan Wilkins Broadcasting headquarters for the Dan Wilkins Broadcasting Basketball Selection Show. That'll be all for us tonight. Have a good one. Belmar wins 3 championships in the WJYFL.